In the world of Harry Potter, there is no spell more feared, more final, than Avada Kedavra, the killing curse. It is unblockable, unstoppable, and it grants instantaneous death, a jet of green light that leaves no mark, no trace, just silence. But this raises a fascinating question that sits at the crossroads of magic and physics. What would happen if a wizard stood before a simple, ordinary mirror and cast the killing curse directly at their own reflection? Would the curse reflect? Would the wizard become a victim of their own spell? Let's break it down. First, let's look at this through the lens of physics. A mirror works by reflecting photons, particles of light. If Avada Kedavra is a projectile made of magical energy that behaves like light, a clean, flat mirror should, in theory, reflect it perfectly. The angle of incidence equals the angle of reflection. You cast, it bounces, and you are hit with your own unblockable curse. Case closed, right? But magic, especially dark magic, isn't that simple. In the Harry Potter universe, intent is everything. To cast the killing curse, a wizard must genuinely and actively desire to kill their target. A reflection in a mirror is not a real person. It has no life, no soul to extinguish. It is just photons returning to your eye. So, would a curse fueled by the intent to kill a real being even recognize a soulless reflection as a valid target? It's possible the curse would simply hit the mirror and fizzle out, its magical purpose unfulfilled. This leads us to a third, more violent possibility. Let's assume the curse isn't just a kill command, but a bolt of pure, destructive, magical energy. This amount of raw power is far beyond what a simple pane of silvered glass can handle. It wouldn't be reflected, and it wouldn't just fizzle. The moment the jet of green light struck the mirror, the immense energy would overwhelm the physical object entirely. The result? The mirror would not reflect the curse. It would violently explode. A concussive blast of raw magic and shattered glass would erupt outwards. The curse's energy, unable to find a living target and too powerful to be contained, would discharge chaotically into the room, potentially destroying everything around it. So what's the most likely outcome? While magic defies our science, it follows its own internal logic. A perfect reflection seems unlikely, given that the curse requires lethal intent, but it's also too powerful to simply disappear. The most logical conclusion is the most destructive one. The mirror would act as a catastrophic failure point. You wouldn't be killed by a reflected curse. You'd more likely be taken out by an explosion of magical shrapnel and uncontrolled energy. A grim reminder that when you point that kind of power at anything, you should always be prepared for the fallout.